Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the first team I've created with the King of Ravens. It's a purple based team, but I'll be showing other teams using its other colours at the same time. Really cool troop this, particularly useful for Guild Wars and maybe some PvP. Not the sort of thing I don't think you're going to use for Explore 12, things like that. There are other troops more specifically designed for that purpose, so it's really good we get this option with this to bring some different kind of tactics into the game, which I really like. The spell is Midnight Dreary. Explode all purple gems and spirit gems. Then deal magic based damage to the last two enemies boosted by spirit gems. Now the traits on this I really like, and in particular because they synergize with its own spell so well. Song of Darkness summons a dark storm at the start of battle. That is purple, and we explode all purple gems as part of the spell. So that means more mana gen, and this thing uses purple, so basically it will feed back into itself and have a chance to do it again, which is really nice. Mana Shield is also really useful, immune to mana burn, mana drain and mana steal. That means any of those spirit gems that it leaves behind as you play the game basically cannot drain its mana itself. We are protected from them. Really cool. And Murder of Ravens convert 2 blue gems to spirit gems when my turn begins. As I just said, means we create loads of spirit gems which we cannot be affected by ourselves because we have that mana shield. So really good, but how do we go about using this in a effective team? Well, let's take a look. Okay, so the thing is with a troop like this third trait here, convert 2 blue gems to spirit gems when my turn begins, is all well and good. But quite often you'll have those games where you have that, you create those gems, and then the enemy actually uses them against you. This troop is actually immune to mana drain, but your other troops may not be, and that's where those gems can really be annoying because you created them and they end up benefiting the opposition. So to counter that, what I've got here is my Mana is Mine team, and all our team is immune to mana drain. Really useful in last place is Inari. Converts green gems to spirit gems. Really good. Effectively green to blue. So we can make use of that, charge up our King of Ravens at the same time while draining mana from the team. Even better is the fact that it starts battles with full mana. So against those other teams that start battles with full mana in Guild Wars as well, things like that, if you get a match on this, you can just drain that mana from the enemy straight away, stopping them from being able to cast on the first turn. So really good for that, and it's also immune to mana burn, mana drain and mana steal as previously mentioned, so those spirit gems cannot be used against it. In third spot I've got Despond because also it is impervious, which is effectively immune to mana drain. And it also drains 3 mana from a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. So we got mana drain going on in this team all over the place, and it also explodes a blue gem at the start of battle, which synergizes really well with the rest of our team. And it deals damage to an enemy equal to their attack. What this means is the higher level the opponent, the more damage we can do. If you're against a weaker opponent, you can cast your King of Ravens, your Life and Death, finish them off that way. But against a stronger opponent with a huge amount of attack, it will just work against them. The more powerful the enemy gets, the more powerful Despond gets. And you cast this on the lowest troop that you can in the order, and make sure you do damage to the above enemies as well. And it also has a summon, just in case anything goes wrong. Really nice. I'll show a couple of alternatives to that in a moment now if you fancy something different. And we have Life and Death here in second spot, stealing life from the last 2 enemies, death marking them and blessing itself in Monk class. I like a Monk class for this because I wanted the whole team to have that immunity to mana drain. Immune to mana drain, silence, fairy fire and mana burn. Really cool. Also going to freeze an opponent at the start. We can have fast healing. We can have Fey Vengeance, which hopefully we don't have to use, but Rock Solid is also really nice. Water Mastery and Fortitude. Going to have a couple of Medals of Orpheus on this, just in case we get webbed or something like this, which would be really annoying to our team. And Medal of Anu for a 20% mana star. And the King of Ravens does his King of Ravens stuff, so we basically attack the last 2 enemies with the King of Ravens and Life and Death at the same time. Lots of potential mana in the team with Inari at the start, whilst counteracting empowered troops at the same time. And equally so with Despond. So really good, but I'll show a couple of alternatives to Despond if you fancy something different or just don't have Despond, for example. And she is Liananshi. Where is she? There she is. Fey Mystic drains all mana from an enemy, deals magic-based damage to them and all enemies above in a similar way to Despond, boosted by mana drain. So even more mana drain and damage to all in the same kind of way. And stealing 2 magic from the first enemy when matching 4 or more gems is pretty cool. But she didn't make it into this team basically because I did want all our troops to be immune from mana drain. Another potentially quite nice option is Ulor. Really like this troop. But again, didn't make it because I wanted all the troops to be immune to mana drain ourselves. But really good in this team potentially because eliminating attack from the first 2, eliminating magic from the last 2 and draining all mana from the 2 strongest is potentially really good depending upon who you're fighting, as is that freeze and fairy fire a random enemy when matching blue gems. As simple as that, match blue gems and you get freeze and fairy fire. But I'm going to roll with this team and let's see how it does. Right then, let's try it out in PvP. Like I say, this is the kind of troop you will find yourself fighting in PvP and Guild Wars in particular. It's not the kind of thing you're going to want to use in Explore level 12. There are better troops, better teams, more specifically designed for that purpose. And here we go, we are fighting a empowered team, just a single empowered this time. Leprechaun starts battles with a full mana, explodes green gems boosted by his gold, which is designed to charge up Centurion, which can then cast and then that'll charge up Zul'Goth really quickly. You've probably seen this kind of team before, really cool. And then Zul'Goth kills an enemy, burns and freezes all remaining enemies, creates 12 skulls, which means quite often Centurion are going to be charged again and get to do it all over again. And Rope Dart just eliminates all armor, does damage, pulls them to first position, entangles them, and is a real pain, and Elementalist class at the same time. Elemental Force, stun, freeze, burn, entangle a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. Real pain, this is a strong team, but like I say, our Inari is the perfect counter on purple. It's an all purple team against these kind of troops. Starts battles with full mana, convert green gems to spirit gems, which is basically green to blue. So if we get any green to blue conversions, we can absolutely go for it. Right, so we've not got a 4-match straight away, but we have got this one here. This is a particularly good counter against Leprechaun as well, because Leprechaun actually explodes green gems. We're going to take away all these green gems and make them into our favour. Right, so we've not got a 4-match, but it still doesn't mean to say this is not worth casting, because it absolutely is. Stops Leprechaun from doing anything. They tried to match those blue gems, but we got drained of 0 mana because we are immune to all that stuff. There you go. There's Zul'Goth has been drained as well. Like we take it away from, look, Leprechaun now on 4. We're going to take even more now. Let's just take even more just because we can. They've got hardly any left. And as well as that, our King of Ravens is up. Explodes all purple gems. We've got this purple storm because of its trait. We can explode this, do damage. You can take that first if you like. Get our bottom troop up for taking away even more mana. Look, all gone. Nothing. This started empowered. Right, so let's do this. Let's explode purple gems and spirit gems. Deal damage. The boost is 36. We can explode the board while gaining mana at the same time. And it nearly got fully charged. There we go. It's pretty much ready to go again. 1 mana away from being fully charged, and the enemy has absolutely 0 mana whatsoever. So let's prepare this and get it ready to rock and roll again. Or is that a waste? Nope, because the excess purple will go onto our Inari. Let's cast Life and Death first. Get a Leprechaun death marked. We can now cast this again. Like, let the enemy sometimes get a little bit of mana. And cast this. You're going to explode those spirit gems and just take their mana away again, and it's got self-charged. Zul'Goth and Leprechaun are about to die. See you later. It's 3 mana away from being charged again. Let's hit them with Life and Death. And grab that and get it charged up again. You can actually cast this as well. Really good. Drain 3 mana from a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems is really helping with the mana drain. But yeah, this is about the King of Ravens, so let the King of Ravens have its glory. They're gone. We lost him, but hey, Despond says, hey, I'll have another troop back then. Maybe I could have saved that bottom troop then by doing things a little bit differently, but hey, I was just trying to demonstrate the mana drain of the team and how well it works. So really effective against a lot of opponents, specifically those double empowered teams. Ooh, next up we have a Queen Beatrix team. Doomed Helm, giving life and magic and mana. Queen Bee doing that annoying Queen Bee true damage stuff, really devastating. High King Iron Gut can just eat us in one go, chomp, see you later, gains an extra turn. And Phoenix does a true damage or summons. So again, another decent team here. But if they don't get any mana enough to cast, then I don't care what their spell does. They're not going to be able to cast if we get just that little bit of luck we need. See, we've got this okay. This is not too bad. We'll take that match anyway. Take that there. Looking for a way to get these lined up to make a 4 match in a way. Don't actually use green. They're used to convert. Just hoping in a minute we'll get some alignment for a 4 match. So still not a 4 match, but they haven't got a lot of mana. They've just started with, you know, a fast start sort of thing. Their B is on 7 out of 16. But what I can do is I can still drain some of that. I'm going to life and death them first, because you never know if you get lucky with that. And we do create spirit gems every single round with this, which gives our Inari a higher chance of getting a match, or same chance, but basically it's going to increase the damage when we cast this. Let's do this as well. Let's cast that, drain the mana. Now let's drain literally all your mana. You've only got 2 left, but I'm going to just, I don't even want you to have that. See you later. Oh, he just popped his clogs as well. Life and death sorted out that. Queen Bee's in a world of trouble now as well. Let's pick up some mana for our crazy Dicky Bird. Cast this again. Damage, mana drain. They just don't get a chance to cast the spell. They're not even getting close to being able to cast. It's like crazy. And they're death marked. Can we get a match anywhere? Well, we only need to get the bird up and we're going to drain their mana again. Oh, they died anyway. They got mana drained and they lost their lives. So, yep, liking it a lot. Alright, Leprechaun starts empowered, starts battles with full mana, but hopefully we can sort that out. That's there to charge up their Centurion, which charge up their Zolgoth and their Rope Dart and just kills us. But I don't care how powerful their team is. If they don't get to cast their spells, because they've never got any mana, it doesn't make any difference. Alright, so what we have, ooh, green 2 Spirit Gems. So we'll, that was close but no cigar. Want to leave the green there really, but hey, we may get a little bit of a lucky drop from this. Green Spirit Gems, there we go. Now they've got 2, 2, 9 and 9. Leprechaun started empowered, remember. None. God mate, you ain't got any. Fantastic. Now what you do now with all these Spirit Gems here, remember we're immune to this on our team. This is ideal to cast this. Explode all purple gems and spirit gems. Damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by the spirit gems. The boost is plus 54. So we're going to explode the board at the same time and have a chance to charge up and do it all over again. 17 out of its 24 recovered. That's pretty flipping cool. I like it. I wanted to get that, but I don't want to give them a 4-match skull hit. They've got hardly any mana on their team. The bird's ready to go again. Let's get that for my life and death. Let's do more damage. 24 boost, not as high as last time, but it's still going to be effective. Keeps all their troops just restricted from mana. Life and death's ready. Let's use this first. No, actually, let's do it the other way around. Do we kill him first? I think we should. Normally it tells you how much the boost is. Why is it not telling me the boost? Oh, because there's no spirit gems there. Haha. Right, so In that case, let's just bond. Oh, it's unlucky. See, Leprechaun, it's got 70 attack but 71 life, so he'll be left with just like 1 life, which is a little bit annoying. So in that case, we'll cast a spawn that'll take out Azul at the same time. We can now cast Life and Death. He's gone anyway. We're getting these spirit gems appear every single turn, which is going to boost up the damage of our bird, as well as explode more stuff, giving it a chance to get its mana back. And we're down to the last opponent, and job done. They weren't anywhere near ready to cast a spell, and they started empowered. I love this King of Ravens. It's really, really good indeed. Anyway, there's my first team. It's a purple team. I'll be back with a different team using all yellow for all blue, so I can show how you can use it on the Guild Wars yellow or blue days at the same time. So bash that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.